I got Madden 11 here. Please take note real quick. I stay on Jacob Tammy this entire play, and I want to take a real quick look at some things here, because this game really is crude in terms of what it does animation and dictation wise, and it's really uncalled for in a product in 2010. Now, what we've got here is McIntyre, a defensive back, and Jacob Tammy, a tight end, who are going to interact on a kick return. Now, to me, what happens here is the outcome of the play, as I see it, from the tight end Tammy's perspective in terms of my player control, is negated from this point right here, because this is the game setting up an outcome. These little shifts, these little gyrations that actually happen in tandem there with number 89 are nothing short of the game setting up its scenario, and nothing I do is going to affect the outcome. It actually has to do it twice, which again, very crude, very ugly. Rather than just have the player jog or maybe slow down, it has to do this. This is the animation it has. Now, what happens is, although slightly, you can tell I've changed my angle of attack from straight to angled to adjust to this. However, the game is that predetermined that it doesn't matter. And what's going to happen is, even as my angle has changed to run past McIntyre, the game has to now motion shift us together to complete the animation that's already predetermined since the moment he began gyrating. So as I begin to run past, he is going to motion shift forward while I motion shift backward in order for us to complete this block animation. Now, I want to go on record and say, a lot of people like to beat up Backbreaker for post-play antics. And honestly, if you know a lot about Backbreaker and its physics, basically what it does is just has physics that would, say, mirror somebody in a black room where you're walking and you can't see anything. The slightest bump or hill would knock you down. So that, to me, is kind of why I could care less what happens after the play. But for the sake of comparing, let's take a look at what happens here. I don't know where this comes in realistically as a motion capture. Note the feet, note the angle of the arms. I mean, it's kind of just like a dead leg scenario. Now, he's going to fall to the ground, and that's fine. But let's go back over to McIntyre, and we'll take a look at what happens here. He's actually going to do nothing but fall down in. So, I'll seriously ask you, Madden faithful, is it really that amusing? Does it really impact the game all that much to see players fall lifelessly after the tackle? Or would you rather see players fall lifelessly after you've watched them convulse twice on the field to impact the play so that you can't actually do anything as a player against it because the game has no unique game moments, which would also be Natural Motion's slogan?